Hello and welcome to the AccountSight Project Time and Expense Invoicing tutorial. This video shows how users with administrator access can quickly create an invoice based on approved time and expenses, then email the invoice to customers and receive payment. AccountSight allows you to personalize invoice color and other settings. Invoice, when an email to the customer automatically pulls time and expense data and receipt copies. Invoice sent as links embedded in the email sends notifications to the sender when the customer views the invoice. Let's navigate to the invoice page. The administrator can review all open and closed invoices on this page. Create a new project invoice, create a manual invoice, copy invoice, delete invoice, send delay reminders, and receive payments. Let's create a project-based invoice. The user selects the customers. The customer selection narrows down the list of the displayed projects. The user can select multiple projects per invoice. The invoice can be generated based on time, expense, or both time and expense for a specific time period. After selecting the appropriate options, the user clicks on the Submit button to review the invoice lines created. The draft invoice is generated with the auto-generated invoice number, which can be overwritten. The PO number is populated based on the project settings. The due date is populated based on the payment terms for the customer. Tax and discounts can be used. The invoice subject can be set up in the project setting to auto-populate the project name and can be updated. The invoice lines are generated for each resource time and expense based on the group by rules. The project in this demo is set to display the invoice line by weekly hours for each resource. The user can edit, add, or remove the invoice lines and click on the Calculate button to review the updated subtotals. Clicking on the Calculate button populates the invoice amounts. The user can further change the discount, rate, or special instructions and save the invoice. Please note that saving the invoice without calculating will also populate the amounts in the draft invoice. Additional information can be defaulted from the invoice setup. The invoice saved in draft status opens up for final review. Using the Action menu, the user can perform various functions such as edit, copy, or create recurring invoices. The PDF copy of the invoice can be opened by clicking on the PDF icon. You can personalize your invoice color and type from the invoice settings page. You can send the invoice for approval via electronic signature service. AccountSight is fully integrated with eSign Genie, but you would require a subscription of eSign Genie for this feature. Let's email the invoice. I can select the customer contact or simply type email separated by commas. The email text is automatically populated from the invoice settings. The user can change the email ID or contents before clicking on the Send Invoice button. The status automatically changes to Invoiced after sending the invoice. Alternately, the user can send the printed copy and mark as Invoiced during the Action menu option. You can enter the payment from a customer for one or more invoices within a single receipt entry. Select the payment method, Invoices, and Save to process payment. You can process write-offs if required. The user can set filter options to view the paid invoices under the Invoices tab or see detailed invoice reports under the Reports tab. Invoice payment delay reminders can be set up to keep track of the payments automatically. Reminders are covered in a separate video. This concludes the invoice creation tutorial. Thank you for watching this video. Please check out our other videos or simply sign up for a no-obligation free trial at www.accountsight.com.